Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Swami Narayana, Har Har Mahadev. Welcome to Yog Foundation's Maha Shivratri celebrations. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Shivratri is the celebration in honor of Bholenath, Mahadev, Lord Shiva. And he, as many of you know, he is known for being the destroyer in the Trimurti. But by being a destroyer, he's also in some way a creator, because for there to be creation and new beginnings, there must first be destruction. He also symbolizes knowledge, fearlessness, discipline, the yogas, and purity. And there are a number of stories which in the Puranas which explain the significance of this festival. We're going to hear some of those stories later on today. And Shivratri is a festival that's celebrated all across India, with celebrations going through the night. Ours are not going to go quite through the night. We're going to be going from 6:30 to about 7:30. We're live today on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook as well. So feel to join on any of those platforms. So we've got an amazing program in store for you all today. So we're going to start with the Nirvana Shatakam recital. We're going to have a Shiv Tandav dance. Also, we're going to have a few Shiva Bhajans by SoorSeva, a story talking about the significance of Shivratri by the GCSE Hinduism class. We're then going to have do the Shiva Aarti, one of the most important parts of any festival. And then we're going to have some Stotra recitals by the Year 8 Moral Values class, which are amazing. Really difficult to recite these stotras in Sanskrit, but they've done an amazing job. And finally, we're going to end with a quiz by the GCSE Hinduism class. So I hope you're ready for a wonderful evening to celebrate Maha Shivratri. We'll begin with the Nirvana Shatakam, which is a stotra which has been composed by Adi Shankaracharya thousands of years ago, describing everything that you are not. And once you remove every layer, strip everything, all that is left is pure consciousness, Shivoham, Shivoham. So Alpanaji is going to be reciting this. Please do sing along. We've got the meanings, the words and the meanings on the slides. So I'm going to hand it over to Alpanaji for the Nirvana Shatakam recital.
Namaste everyone. Happy Maha Shivratri. Okay, we'll start with the Nirvana Shatakam. Mano buddhya hankar chittani naham न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे न च व्योम भूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानंद रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानंद रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राण संयो न वै पंचवायु न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पंचकोश न वाक्पाणिपादौ न चोपस्थपायु चिदानंद रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानंद रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेष रागौ न मे लोभ मोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्य भाव न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्ष चिदानंद रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानंद रूपः शिवोऽहं 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 न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदो न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोजं न भोक्ता चिदानंद रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानंद रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे मृत्यु शंका न मे जाति भेद पिता नैव मे नैव माता
न जन्म न भाति
न बन्धुर्न मित्रं
गुरुर्न
गुरुर्नैव शिष्य चिदानंद रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानंद रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकार रूप विभुर्व्याप सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्ध चिदानंद रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानंद रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् ॐ नमः शिवाय महादेवाय नमः नीलकण्ठाय त्र्यम्बकाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय महादेवाय नमः. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much there, Alpanaji, for a really beautiful recital of the Nirvana Shatakam. It's meditative. It was really nice. And it's something to listen to on a regular basis to remind us of everything that we are not, and therefore everything that we are. It's a bit of a paradox. But thank you so much for that. That was a brilliant way to start our evening. Now we're going to see a Shiva Tandav dance. So Shiva Tandav was actually performed by or written by Ravana for Shiva, and there is a dance associated with that, which is going to be performed by the young Ansh, age 7. We've got a short video of his dance. If we can please play that.
जटाटवी गलज्जल प्रवाह पावितस्थले कलेवलम्ब्य लम्बितां भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकान्तमड्डमड्डमड्डमन्निनादवड्डमर्वयं चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिव शिवम् जटाकटाह सम्भ्रम भ्रम निलिम्ब निर्झरी विलोल वीचि वल्लरी विराजमान मूर्धनि धग 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 ज्वलल्ललाट पट्ट पावके किशोर चन्द्रशेखरे रतिः प्रतिक्षणं मम धराधरेन्द्र नन्दिनी विलास बन्धु बन्धुरस्फुरद्दिगन्त सन्तति प्रमोदम्.
Thank you very much. That was brilliant. Really nicely done by Ansh there, all dressed up as Lord Shiva on Mount Kailash there, performing the Shiv Tandav dance there for us. Thank you very much for that, young Ansh, age 7. Right, now we're going to move on to bhajans. I love Shiv bhajans. They have so much energy, so much passion, so much devotion in them. So we're going to hear a couple of bhajans this evening to appreciate Lord Shiva. We're going to start with Shwetaji. What are you going to be singing for us today? Namaste.
Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna, Om Namah Shivaya. I'm singing a beautiful folk-based bhajan, and it is on Shivratri only. Like we celebrate Shivratri because it's a kind of marriage anniversary of Bhagwan Shiva and Parvati. And it's about when Shivji come to get married with Parvati ji. And friends of all the friends were so excited. They want to see the groom because they haven't seen him. So they all went to see Shivji. And when they saw Shivji, they were so surprised to see him. And they came back to Parvati ji and said, what kind of groom you have chosen? Because he's wearing ash on his forehead. He's wearing Gangaji on his head. And he's also wearing snake. It's so scary. And you're so beautiful. You're princess. And what did you think? Well, why do you want to get married with a person like this? And then Parvati ji said that you don't know who am I getting married to? I'm getting married to Devo ke Dev Mahadev. And then she tried to convince and tell, like she said, the glories of Shivji in front of her friends. And then they said, oh, you're so lucky to have Shivji as husband. जटा में बहती जटा में Thank you.
Well, thank you very much there, Shweta ji. That was a really sweet, melodious bhajan, really nicely sung with such devotion. So thank you very much for that. We're now going to go to Ramji Bhai, who is going to sing another Shiva bhajan for us. Ramji Bhai, are you there?
I am, yes. Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna, Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev.
Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Again, I'll be singing a Shankar Bhagwan bhajan, basically describing the qualities of Shankar Bhagwan, his form, what he looks like, and the kind of selfless activities he did. It's a bhajan called Shiv Shankar Sukhakari. शेषनाग को गलपटो कियो शंकर गए कैलाश अखंड तपस्या धारण जय जय भोलेनाथ जय जय भोलेनाथ शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले शिव शंकर सुखकारी हे महादेव सोमेश्वर शंभु हे महादेव सिद्धेश्वर शंभु विश्वेश्वर विषधारी विश्वेश्वर विषधारी शिव शंकर सुखकारी बोले गिरि कैलाशी शिव त्रिपुरारी कैलाशे गिरिजा के संग कैलाशे गिरिजा के संग शोभे शिव त्रिपुरारी गिरि कैलाशे गिरिजा के संग शोभे शिव त्रिपुरारी डम 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 डमरू रे बाजे डम 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 डमरू बाजे भूत पिशाच सैयारी भोले शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले शिव शंकर सुखकारी वागांबर का जामा पहना वागांबर का जामा पहना लोचन लाल ललारी वागांबर का जामा पहना लोचन भाल ललारी वृषभवान विश्वनाथ का, वृषभवान विश्वनाथ का, भूमि शमशान विहारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी। हे महादेव सोमेश्वर शंभु, हे महादेव सिद्धेश्वर शंभु, विश्वेश्वर विषधारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी। सिर पर पहना गंगा गहना, शिव पर पहना गंगा गहना, भुजंग भूषण भारी, बाको सो है सोम सुर पाणी, बाको सो है सोम सुर पाणी, भस्म लगावत बारी हो, भस्म लगावत बारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी। मुखमंडल तेरो मन ललचावे, मुखमंडल तेरो मन ललचावे, सब लागत है न्यारी, मुखमंडल तेरो मन ललचावे, सब लागत है न्यारी। मृत्युंजय मृत्युंजय प्रभु मुझे बना दो, मृत्युंजय प्रभु मुझे बना दो, बैठे जो मृगधारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी। हे महादेव, हे महादेव, हे महादेव सोमेश्वर शंभु, हे महादेव सिद्धेश्वर शंभु, विश्वेश्वर विषधारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी भोले, शिव शंकर सुखकारी। ओम नमः शिवाय।
Om Namah Shivaya. Har Har Mahadev. Thank you very much, Ramji Pai, for another beautiful, beautiful bhajan there. A Shiva bhajan. I love Shiva bhajans. I wish we could listen to more. There are so many talented musicians, singers in our York Foundation community. Would love to listen to more, but unfortunately we can't listen to any more today. However, if you enjoyed these bhajans, if you enjoy listening to bhajans, why not join us every day for our daily bhajans and story of the day, every day from 6:30 to 7:30 on Zoom. If you are interested in joining, it's the same Zoom link that you used to join today. Join us, listen to the bhajans, the beautiful, talented people we have and the beautiful bhajans that they sing every day, 6:30 to 7 p.m. We've actually been doing mantra jap and these sessions for nearly 1 year. So we started these sessions on the 17th of March 2020, just when lockdown was starting. And we've been going every single day with bhajans, with mantra jap, with stories. So if you haven't joined us, please do join us. And thanks to everyone who has already been joining us for these sessions. Right, so now, next part of the evening is we're going to learn about why do we celebrate Shivratri and what can we learn from Bholenath himself there. So I'm going to hand this over now to some of the students from the GCSE Moral Values class, Disha, Riya, and Yuti, who are going to tell us a bit more about Maha Shivratri.
Hi everybody, I hope everybody's had a good day today and are excited for today's event. So we're gonna just give you like a bit of an overview about what Maha Shivratri is, how it's celebrated in different parts of India, and like Chet said, some stories behind Maha Shivratri. So this will be done by me, Yuti, and Riya. So let's start. So what is Maha Shivratri? So I'm going to open this up to you guys. What is Maha Shivratri? If you want to put it in the chat box, by the way. Anybody have any idea? It's when Shiva and Parvati got married. Yeah, that is true. That's correct. That's one of the stories we're going to cover. Yeah, all of you are right. So generally, Maha Shivratri is one of the biggest festivals in Hinduism, and it's dedicated to Lord Shiva, who's the god of destruction and regeneration. Maha Shivratri literally means the great night of Shiva, and it's normally celebrated around February or March before the arrival of the spring season. So now we're going to talk about why it's celebrated. So Maha Shivratri is observed to mark a remembrance of overcoming darkness and ignorance in life and the world. And unlike most festivals, it's actually celebrated at night, even though we're celebrating it in the evening, but it's mostly celebrated at night. I'm going to hand it over to Yuti now, who's going to tell us some of the stories behind Shivratri.
So there are lots of stories behind Shivratri, and one of them is during Samudra Manthan, which was conducted by the Asuras, Dev and Devis to obtain nectar for immortality, a pot of poison emerged from the ocean, and it was so poisonous it could burn the whole world. So gods and goddesses went to Shiva for help, and he consumed the poison, but it's often thought that his stomach represents a universe, so if he swallowed it, the universe would become destroyed. So he had to keep it in his throat, which resulted in him turning blue and being known as Nilkant. So in one way, it's a celebration of Shiva saving the world. And as lots of people said before, it's also the marriage of Shiva and Parvati celebrated. And she's his second wife and thought to be the incarnation of his first wife. And it's celebrated because she had to perform penance to break Shiva's meditation. And Shiva was very angry at Parvati's attempt to break his meditation. So it took a lot of devotion, persuasion by sages, devas, and severe penance to take him away from asceticism. And so for this reason, their reunion is celebrated by Maha Shivratri.
Yuti explained two of the stories. There's actually a lot more. Another one is, according to Hindu legend, so Brahma and Vishnu, they were busy arguing over which out of the three gods in the Trimurti are the most powerful. And on hearing this, Shiva, he manifested into the form of a huge flaming lingam. So it was agreed with Brahma and Vishnu that whoever was the first to find the end of the blazing column of fire, that god would be considered the greatest of the Hindu gods. So Vishnu, he took the form of a bull, and he started looking at the bottom of the lingam. Well, Brahma, he took the form of a swan and he started looking at the top. After years and years and years of searching, neither of them had found an end, and they both had to acknowledge that Shiva was the most powerful. So today is dedicated to the worship of Lord Shiva, and flowers, incense, and other offerings are made, while all through the day the devotees chant the sacred Panchakshara mantra dedicated to the Lord Om Namah Shivaya. Another story is of Sati. I'll just briefly explain this one. So basically there was Lord Brahma's son Daksha, and he had a daughter called Sati, and obviously Sati was a reincarnation of Shiva's wife, so she was destined to marry Lord Shiva, but Daksh didn't like Lord Shiva, so he did not approve, but she wanted to fulfill her destiny, and then she did a lot of meditation and she won over Lord Shiva, and he agreed to marry her, but Daksh wasn't very happy about this. He didn't really approve. So then he held a yagna, and he refused to invite Lord Shiva. He invited all the gods, but he didn't invite Lord Shiva. So obviously Sati was very angry about this because her father didn't invite her husband. And then she came to the yagna and she was so angry. She was in such a rage, and she burnt herself to death in protest, and she disrupted the entire ceremony. And then obviously Shiva was very, very upset about this. And in anger, he actually cut off Daksha's head. And Brahma was really, really sad. He was like, he tried to pray to Shiva and he begged for him to spare his son. And then Shiva calmed down, and then he replaced Daksha's head with a goat's head. But he was still really, really upset about Sati's death. And he actually carried her body around, it's very sad. He carried her body around the universe, and Brahma and Vishnu were actually really worried about this because he wasn't really doing any of his duties that Shiva has to do. So Vishnu took over and he used his chakra and he cut Sati's body into pieces, and the total number of pieces were 52, and they all fell in 52 different places, and these are known as holy 52 Shakti Pittas in Hindu religion, and there is a Kali or Shakti temple in each of them. So those are 4 stories behind Maha Shivratri, and now we're going to hand over to Ria, who's going to tell us how Shivratri is celebrated in different parts of India.
So before I talk about how Shivratri is celebrated, I wanted to open up and ask you guys, how do you celebrate Shivratri? Please type it in the chat. Yeah. So celebrations of Shivratri usually begin with the break of dawn and are continued all through the night. The focus of Maha Shivratri is to encourage overcoming darkness and ignorance, and Hindus usually pray and chant to Lord Shiv as part of the celebration. Many worshippers participate in night prayers organised by various mandirs across the country to sing bhajans all night long. Devotees believe that sincere observance of Shivratri Puja and all-night worship of Lord Shiv will absolve them of all their sins. And offerings of fruits, sweets, and milk to Shiv are made, and some perform, like many said in the chat, all-day fasting and meditation to Lord Shiv. And many go to the mandir to perform the puja of Shiv Lingam. They bathe in the holy water of Ganga, and which is a symbol of purity, early in the morning of sunrise. And devotees usually bathe the Shivalinga in the river Ganga, then bathing the Shivalinga with milk and honey, and offer fruits and flowers afterwards. And it is believed that Lord Shiv is fond of the bil tree, which is also known as the bilva tree, and its leaves and fruits are still play a main role in his worship. As well as this, huge gatherings take place in mandirs all over India, though the biggest celebration is held in Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh, where Lord Shiv is believed to have stayed. And there are also special celebrations held at shrines of Shiv in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. And now me, Yuti, and Tisha will be speaking about what we have personally learned from Shiv. So as Yuti explained before, Shiv is also known as Nilkant because he swallowed the poison that emerged from the ocean. And only Shiv could have consumed the poison and suppressed it in his throat. And an important lesson that I thought of was to take the negativity in our stride and to turn it into positivity. So basically learning to suppress negativity gracefully.
So I learned from Shiva that desires can lead to obsessions and obsessions can lead to destruction. Since Shiva was actually free from all desires, he never obsessed over anything. And it is a fact that desires always lead to obsessions and these make us self-destructive. So hopefully all of you can apply that to your lives too.
Something I learned from Shiva is with his second marriage to Parvati, it took him time, but there are always second chances. So you need to be able to grow from even when you lose something.
Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. I hope you learned something new and have an amazing day.
Thank you very much there to Ria, Disha, and Yuti for a brilliant presentation. I thought that was informative and it was also personal. They told us the stories, but not only the stories, but how we can, more importantly, apply and learn from Bholenath himself and apply those things to our lives. So thank you all for your great work there. If we learn a lot about these festivals in our classes, so if your child would like to join some of York Foundation's classes, moral values classes, Hinduism classes, it's for all ages. The classes are free every Sunday from 10:30 to 11:30. You can sign up on our website, york.foundation, and hopefully we'll have more children and young students who can be sharing presentations about our festivals in the future. So thank you again. Right, now we're going to go to now the Shiva, we're going to do the Shiva Aarti. No festival celebration is complete without an Aarti. It's one of the most important parts of any celebration, and offering all 5 elements. So we are now going to go to the Pandyas for the Shiva Aarti. Now, you may or may not know, but the Pandyas have for many years been kind enough to allow us to perform Abhishek of their Shiva Lingam at many of our events. And so we're going to get to do darshan of their Sinhasan and of their Shiva Lingam as well. So we're going to go there now for the Shiva Aarti. Har Har Mahadev. Thank you very much to the Pandya's family, the Pandya family, for allowing us to do darshan of their Singhasan and to do the Shiva Aarti with them. Thank you very much for that. Right, we've got a few more things left. Please don't leave us. There are some really exciting parts left of our evening. We're now going to go to the Stotra Recital. So there are many stotrams dedicated to Shiva, and they are written in Sanskrit and are actually very, very difficult to pronounce and to recite. However, we've got some young students from some of the youth from our moral values classes who have been practicing these for today. So we're going to start first with Ajay, who's going to be reciting the Lingashatakam Stotram. Ajay, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Ajay. How old are you, Ajay?
I'm 12.
You're 12 years old and you're going to be reciting what today?
Lingashtakam Vidan.
Okay, go ahead.
Brahma Murari Surajita Lingam Nirmala Bhashita Shobhita Lingam Janma Jadukya Vinashana Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Deva Muni Pravarajita Lingam Kamadahana Karuna Karalingam Ravana Darpa Vinashana Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Sarva Sugandha Sulepita Lingam Buddhi Vivardhana Karana Lingam Siddha Sura Suravandita Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Pranakam Hamani Bhushita Lingam Panipati Veshtita Shobhita Lingam Takshasu Yajna Vinashana Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Kumkuma Chandana Lepita Lingam Pankajahara Sushobhita Lingam Sanchita Papa Vinashana Janalingam Tatkanamami Sada Shivalingam Devaganachitase Vitalingam Avair Bhakti Revachalingam Dinakara Koti Prabhakaralingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Ashtadalopari Veshtitalingam Sarvasamudbhavakarana Ashtadaritravinaşanalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Suraguru Suravana Pujitalingam Sura Saravana Pushpa Sadachitalingam Parat Param Paramatmakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Lingashtakam Vidam Punyam Yat Patet Shiva Sanite Shivaloka Mahatmoti Shivena Samudata. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Ajay. Very impressive recital of Lingashtakam Stotram. That was not easy to do. So very well done there. Next, we're going to go to Adarsh, Dhruv, and Arya, who are going to be reciting the Shiva Tandav Stotram, which was written by Ravan. So I'm going to hand it over to them, and we can follow along with this Stotram on the screen as well. Take it away, guys.
Namaste everyone. So we're going to be singing the Shiva Tandav Stotram. Okay, so we'll start. Jatatavi galajjala pravaha pavitastale kalevalamyalambitam bhujangatunga malikam damaddamaddamaddamanninadavadamarvayam chakara chanda tandavam tanotuna shivam shivam.
Jatakataha Sambrama Brahmanilimpanichari Vilola Vichivallari Virajamana Murdhani Tagat 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 Twalalata Patta Pavake Kishora Chandra Shekhare Pratikshanam Mama Thiradharendra Nandini Vilasa Bandhu Bandhura Suraddiganta Santati Pramodamana Manase Krapa Kataksha Dhorani Nirutta Dhurdharapadi Kvachiti Gambare Mano Vinodamitu Vastuni
Jata bhujanga pingala spuratfana maniprabha kadamba kunkumadrava pralipta digvadumuke madanda sindura sfurat bhaguttariya medure mano vinodamadbhutam pibatta bhuta bhattari.
Sahasralochana Prabhritya Sheshaleka Shekhara Prasunna Dhuli Dhorani Vidhusarangri Pittabhu Pujanga Rajamalaya Nibhatta Jata Jutaka Kriyai Chiraya Jayatam Chakoru Bandhu Shekharaha Lalata Chatvarajvala Dhananjaya Spulingaba Nipita Panchasayakam Namannilimpanayakam Sudhama Yukhalekaya Virajamana Shekharam Mahakapali Sampade Shirojatalamastuna
Karala bala patika tagat tagat tagajvala tananjaya hute kritappa chanda panchasayake taradharendra nandini kuchaga chitrapata kaprakalpanaika shilpini trilochane ratir mama.
Navina Megha Mandali Niruddha Durdara Sfurat Kuhunnishiti Nittamha Prabandha Bhatta Kandhara Nilimpanitchari Darastanotu Kriti Sindhura Kalanidhana Bandhura Shriyam Jagaduran Dhara Prabhulla Nila Pankaja
प्रपञ्चकालिमप्रभावलम्बिकण्ठकन्दलि रुचिप्रबद्धकन्धरं स्मरच्छिदं पुरच्छिदं भवच्छिदं मखच्छिदं गजच्छिदान्तखच्छिदं तमं तकच्छिदं भजे
अकर्व सर्वमङ्गला कलाकदम्बमञ्जरी रसप्रवाह माधुरी विजृम्भणा मधुव्रतं स्मरान्तकं पुरान्तकं भवान्तकं मकान्तकं गजान्तकान्तकान्तकं तमन्तकान्तकं भजे
जयत्वदब्रवीर ब्रह्म ब्रह्मदूजङ्गं श्वसद्विनिर्गमत्क्रम स्फुरुत्करालभाल हव्यवात्तिमित्तिमित्तिमि त्वनम्रडङ्गतुङ्गमङ्गल त्वनिक्रम प्रवर्तित प्रचण्डताण्डव शिव स्पृशद्विचित्रतल्पयोर्भुजङ्गमौक्तिकस्तजोद्गरिष्ठरत्नलोष्ठयो सुरैर्विपिक्षपक्षयो तृणारविन्दचक्षुषो प्रजामहि महेन्द्रयो समप्रवर्तिकः कदा सदा शिवं भजाम्यहम्
कदा निलिम्पनिज्जरीनि कुन्दकोतरे विसन् विमुक्तदुर्मतिः सदा शिरष्टमञ्जलिं वहन् विमुक्तलोललोचनोललामबाललग्नक शिवेति मन्त्रमञ्चरन् कदा सुखे भवाम्यहम्
इदिं हि नित्यमेव मुक्तमुत्तमोत्तमं स्वं पतन् स्मरद्ब्रुवन्नरो विशुद्धिमेति सन्ततं हरे गुरौ सुभक्तिमाशु याति नन्यता गतिं विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य चिन्तनम् पूजावसानसमये दशवक्त्रगीतं यशम्भुपूजनपरं पठति प्रदोषे तस्य स्थिरां रथ गजेन्द्र तुरङ्गयुक्तां लक्ष्मीं सदैव सुमुखीं प्रददाति शम्भुः. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you, everyone.
Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
Bye.
Om Namah Shivaya. Wow, wow, and wow. That was incredible there by, we've got Adarsh there, and we've got Dhruv and Arya, and also by Ajay as well. It's not easy to recite these shlokas in Sanskrit. Is not easy at all. If anyone of you have tried it, it's really, really difficult, and it's so easy to mispronounce. Your pronunciation was flawless, and it is really, really great to see this tradition continuing with our younger generations. How old are you? How old are you? 3?
Well, me and Arya are 12.
I'm 12 too.
Okay, so only 12 years old, and a wonderful, wonderful their recital. Thank you all very much. If we don't teach Sanskrit, unfortunately, at the Yog Foundation, but we do teach languages. It's very important for us to continue to ensure that our children learn our mother tongues. So we do teach Hindi and Gujarati. So if your children are interested in learning Hindi or Gujarati and you want them to keep touch with their culture, please do, again, visit yog.foundation and sign up to those classes. We also, as I mentioned, have moral values classes, which are for all children. These guys here, Dhruv, Arya, Adarsh, Ajay, all are members of our classes where we can learn about our culture. So please do get your children to sign up. Right, we're on to the final parts of the evening now. I've got a couple of announcements for you all, and then we have a quiz right at the end of the evening to see how much you actually remembered of the story of Shivratri and why we celebrate. So the first thing we're going to, if I can get the slides up there, please. So the York Foundation, we are a UK registered charity. We're operating in Kent, and we serve the community, bring the community together to do good. We have lots of free activities for everyone to participate in. Yoga is one of those activities we do every Saturday morning, 8:30 to 9:30. Please do join. We have different sessions for different kind of focuses. Currently, the focus is on legs, joints, and sciatica pain. So please do join on Zoom, on YouTube, on Saturdays from 8:30 to 9:30. We also have meditation classes as well, which we run on Sundays. So if you are interested in joining the meditation classes, they also are running at 9:30, if I'm not mistaken. And so please do join, actually, 9:30. And then I wanted to talk about the census. Oh, full Lutsa, sorry. So Holi is coming up very soon. Who knows? We usually celebrate Holi as a big festival at Townley Grammar, lots of fun. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to celebrate this time around in Townley Grammar School, but we're still going to celebrate Full Lutsav and Holi. It's on the 28th of March. Get that date in your diary, and we're going to have a huge celebration online. And finally, the census. The census is a huge survey that's done every 4 years, and it's really, really important for us to participate. It's a legal requirement that we all participate, and it's important that you complete this data as accurately as possible, because this data is used to decide how much funding different areas will get in the country, right? So it also ensures that authorities know the size of our community in the UK. They know the size of our Indian and Hindu communities. So please do everything you can to complete the census properly. And you should have received a letter in the post about what you need to do. It's really important that when you select your identity, you identify yourself as British Indian or whatever it may be, or Indian, and also you identify yourself as Hindu if you are Hindu. It's really important that we put that in there. And also language as well. It's really important you make sure you're putting the languages that you use at home. For example, if you speak Hindi or Gujarati, please do select that as well. And for English, when they ask about how well you speak English, it's really important, again, that you are showing that you speak good English, for example. So please do fill this in. We're going to be sending out more detailed instructions on and guidance on how to fill this in via email. So please do watch out for that information. Okay, final part of the evening is a fun quiz, because we all love quizzes. Who loves quizzes? I do. Everyone loves a good quiz. So we're going to do a very short quiz from the GCSE class to see just how much you have learnt. So I'll hand it over to Yuti, Tisha, and Ria, I believe.
Yeah, Yuti has to share her screen. So has she got, yeah, she got it. Cool. It's a Kahoot quiz. So everybody get Kahoot on their phones. Just Google it and then enter the game pin.
whilst we are waiting for everyone to join, I can see lots of joiners here. Sorry, a correction. Our meditation classes are at 9 a.m. and not 9:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings. So if you would like to join, those are at 9 a.m. Apologies for that error. We've got a lot of joiners here, guys. Perhaps the most quiz participants we've ever had.
The more the merrier.
No, it just means there's more competition.
Yeah.
Basically, if you haven't played a Kahoot quiz before, how it works is you're going to be given, it's like multiple choice. There'll be a question that comes up, and there'll be like options which you can choose from. But it's not just getting the answer correct, because chances are loads of you will get the answer correct, but it's also about doing it as quickly as you can. So your Wi-Fi has to be good too. So if you don't have good Wi-Fi, if you have Virgin Media, then I am so sorry. We'll give it like another minute in case someone else joins, because it seems like there are still people joining.
45 joiners. It's a lot. I don't think they all fit onto the screen.
Okay, we are going to start. So if anybody was unable to join, I'm sorry, but you can still try and answer the questions in your family if you weren't able to join. So Yuti, go ahead, you can start it. So first question is, what does Maha Shivratri mean? So the great night of prayer, the great night of Shiva, the regeneration of Shiva, and the night of prayer. Remember to answer as quick as you can. 32 of you got it right. 6 of you put the great night of prayer, and a couple of you put the other 2, but most of you got it right. Well done. The leaderboard. So DNA is number 1. PAC. Okay, I don't know who these people are. So if you guys want to reveal yourself, you can. Otherwise, you can keep it a secret. So, okay, let's see how this changes.
So true or false, when a pot of poison emerged from the Samudra Sindhu, Shiva drank it. True or false? This is so quick. Everyone's
Everybody
answering really
so quickly. This is so competitive when we play in school as well.
Speedy.
Yeah.
We are very competitive people.
Very competitive.
Oh, only 6 of you got that right.
Wow.
So the third question is, what is Lord Shiva the god of? We covered this briefly.
Seems like most people have answered. 3 seconds left. Show the leaderboard this time. So 37.
Most people got it right.
Okay, so who's at the top? DNA is still at the top. Then there's Shh, and then there's Kush with a streak as well.
What is the relevance of Shiv drinking the poison during Maha Shivratri?
Right, seems like most people have answered pretty quick. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay, obviously the answers were pretty similar, but most of you put to show his willingness to sacrifice himself. I think we did mention it was to represent him saving the world when Yutti was telling the story. So close, but not quite. Let's see if the leaderboard has changed. DNA is still at the top and Kush is second, and the one is now third, whoever that is.
What do Hindus believe praying to Shiva wearing a crescent moon in his hair will do?
Wonder how many people get this one. Only 6 of you.
not many people. Wow.
So most of you put ensure there will be a moon to protect them from evil. All right, let's see the leaderboard. It didn't change at all.
Stayed the same.
I'm guessing most people got it wrong.
What form did Brahma take to find the end of the fiery lingam?
We mentioned this briefly, so. Some of the Kahoot answers are pretty similar, so it's like, oh, this one. So 27 of you actually got that.
Most people.
Is good. Most of you got that. The leaderboard has sort of changed. DNA is still first, Kush is still second, but Ria is now third. Look at you. Look, Ria's got some representation over.
Yay!
What does Maha Shivratri encourage? The moon's power, overcoming ignorance, darkness and night, and celebrating temples. I think I covered this at the start. Overcoming, 24 of you got that. Well done to those of you. The leaderboard has changed from the bottom. So Rishi, I'm guessing that's Rishi, and Johan is 5th. But the top 3 still haven't changed. Come on, guys.
How did Parvati persuade Shiva to break his penance? Devotion and penance, penance and physical force, penance and help from other gods and goddesses, and help from other gods and goddesses and physical force. Most people got devotion and penance, yeah.
Well done to those of you. The again, 4th and 5th place have changed, but the top 3 is still. Come on, guys, you can catch up. DNA is like a lot ahead than all of you. What do women pray for? The well-being of their siblings and cousins, the well-being of their parents and siblings, the well-being of parents and grandparents, and the well-being of husbands and children. In my opinion, you should pray for everyone.
Everyone's well-being.
Yeah, this is the traditional kind of the well-being of husbands and children. Yes, 44 of you got that right. Well done. So the leaderboard has not changed still. Hey, come on, guys. I know some of you can beat the top 3.
Why did Lord Shiv not swallow the poison?
Where's our music gone, guys?
Oh
Yeah, I don't know the music. Oh, I think the music button's in the corner. If you try that. So stomach wouldn't make contact with the poison. Yeah, most of you got that. Well done. I don't know how to get the music up on this. If you know that button with the music in the corner. If you click on that, that might work.
So true or false? It is believed that Lord Shiva's stomach represented the universe.
Well done. Okay, now there's been like some real change in the leaderboard. DNA is first, and then PAC is now second place. So keep going. Okay, there's a couple more questions, so you can really change this. I know that sometimes even the last question changes the leaderboard completely. What do devotees believe that all-night worship will do? Yeah, we've got some music now. Relive them from their sins. Okay, 32 of you got that. Let's see if the leaderboard has changed. Okay, the leaderboard has changed. So Kush has replaced PAC, but DNA is still on top, 2,000 points ahead of second place. So,
wow.
Come on, guys.
Where is Lord Shiv believed to have stayed? Everyone's so quick with this.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of you actually got that. Madhya Pradesh. Well done. Okay, the leadership has completely changed. Leaderboard, sorry. DNA is still first. PAC is second. DNA must be cheating the system. And then Bria is now third. Well done. Why is Samudra Manthan conducted by the Asuras and Dev and Devis? Why was it conducted? Yes, 31 of you got that correct. So the majority of you to obtain nectar for immortality. Oh, DNA must be Dhruv and Arya.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Dhruv and Arya, yeah.
Multi-select.
How is Maha Shivratri celebrated?
This is the last question, by the way, I think.
Night prayers and singing bhajans, offering of fruits, sweet and milk, bathing the Shiva Linga in coconut milk, and carrying out the puja of Shiva.
Multi-select. Yes, please tell me. Okay, so 3 out of the 4 of those are correct answers. Next. And now we're going to see the podium. In third place is Johan with 11 out of 15.
Bhajan.
In second was Bud, and first is DNA with 14 out of 15. Well done.
Well done, guys.
And then runners up are Ria and well done to everybody. I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you very much there to Tisha, to Ria, and to Yuti for a really fun quiz. Who enjoyed that? If you did enjoy it, give them a round of applause as well. And I don't know how always Dhruv and Arya end up winning all the time. It's becoming a habit. That is the end of our Maha Shivratri celebration this evening. I hope you have enjoyed the event. I certainly have. And I hope you have a great Maha Shivratri evening. Har Har Mahadev.
everyone.